Hi guys, let's talk about my first thoughts on Blood Calls to Blood. I am maybe 30 minutes after watching it because I was just so overwhelmed with emotions after watching the promo for episode 12 that I had to go straight to Tumblr and just reblog all the GIFs. Just all the GIFs. Just had to. My blog needed it, I needed it, I needed a couple of minutes after watching that. I think it goes without saying that in my deeper analysis I'm going to talk about Malec, because that just needs a video of its own. Take me way too long, describe all the feels. It's not even episode 12 yet, and I've still got so many feels. It's atrocious how many feels I have, but I am not ashamed. But yes, we'll talk about all the Malec moments in my deeper analysis. My first thoughts initially was, haha, I was right. A lot of people were right, but still in my head it was, haha, I am right. Michael Wayland ended up being Valentine disguised as Michael Wayland. And I think it was very interesting how they portrayed the little bits and pieces that made Clary realise what was going on, because she remembered the Falcon story, and I wouldn't have thought of this. It's like she thought of the Falcon story and was like, okay, that dude broke a falcon's neck, and yeah, he's being oh Jace, my son, I love you. I have been trapped for 10 years, and I love you so much, and like, it didn't add up. She was like, really? Somebody broke a bird's neck just to teach a lesson. It's like, oh, love, compassion, I missed you, son. I can see where she was coming from, although, as I say, I would never have thought of it. I would just be like, oh, this is great. This is so great. My boyfriend's dad's back when he was supposed to be dead. This is fantastic. And I probably would have given him the cup. But then again, if I was put in a lot of situations that these protagonists would put on, I would feel that Valentine would get the cup, President Snow would win the rebellion. I can't remember a lot of what happens in Divergent. It was ages when I read the book, but I'd probably lose that too. Aliens would win in the 5th wave, you know, or I would die within wave 1, you know, but then these characters aren't designed to be relatable. I can go, yeah, I can do that too, I can bring down the government, I can beat Valentine. It's more for your enjoyment and to relate the characters in different ways, but I just couldn't help thinking, like, God, I would not have thought of that. I just would have been trotting along like, oh yeah, this is great, Michael's alive, and then, oh, do you want the cup? Here you go. Even though when I was watching the episode I was like, don't give him the cup, Clary, don't be an idiot, because I was expecting it to be one of those, oh yeah, take the cup, haha, I'm Valentine, even though it was one of those scenes but turned out to be a mug, which I thought was great. So that was good. And then we had the big reveal of that twist that I mentioned last week. For anyone who hadn't read the books, there's the brother and sister plotline, which again I can't say anything relating to the books about because I don't want to give anything away, so I can't really say much, but we were waiting for it. People who'd read the books were waiting for it to happen, and I sort of had a feeling that the Michael Wayland thing was going to be a build-up to the big reveal of, your siblings! And yes, they're siblings and they kissed. Bit gross, but no, it's great. I'm glad they included it, because even though it's a bit questionable of a plot line, it's still part of the books and it does play in later in like the stories, and if it hadn't, I would have been alright with them leaving it out, but it does play a bit of an important part, and it just wouldn't have made sense if they had have left it out. I'm saying left it out a lot, aren't I? Am I? Something I noticed was ripe in this episode, and maybe it's just me starting to notice it, and it's kind of weird talking about this after the important bits like the brother and sister plotline and the big reveal, but I noticed that the Saphael, is that how it's pronounced? Saphael? Simon and Raphael, Saphael? I'm going to call it Saphael, was ripe in this episode, and it's just because that one scene, and I don't ship it. Well, it's not that I don't ship it, I think I see where it's coming from, and I'm just like, yeah, you can ship what you like, you can do what you like, it's cool, you've got your material, you've got your little bits and pieces that add it all up, and I can't talk as a fellow slash shipper. I have many slash ships, many things that I ship that aren't canon, and it's painful as hell. But yeah, I definitely noticed the Sapphire in this episode, and I don't know what it was. I think it was maybe Raphael saying that Simon had to stay. Just kind of like, no, you can't go. No, don't go with her. You have to stay here with me. You have to help me out, like totally. Like totally, I need like loads of help, and only you can do it. You are now my consort, or what was it? I can't remember what it was called. My other say consort. It's like, you're my consort now. You have to stay with me. So yeah, pretty boy, you're with me. Oh, I thought that was great. And yeah, I'm sure all the Sapphire people are screaming, like, and I don't blame you. I know what it's like to be screaming too. I was internally screaming for most of this episode. I'm so glad that Lydia was redeemed, because I know a lot of people were going, oh Lydia, oh marriage, oh Malec getting in the way. But she redeemed herself today, and something that I thought was very important was that when she was talking about Isabel and Alec, and then she pointed to Magnus as well, she didn't say Downworlder, she didn't say Warlock, she said man. She said that man who pretends that he's doing this for rare objects, but he actually can't stand injustice on his friends or something. I can't remember the line completely, but I think it's very important to note that she called Magnus a man and not, Warlock or Downworlder or thing. Because I'm sure that's what most of them were thinking anyway. They were probably like, what the hell is that Warlock doing here? And it's not very nice, but it's the Shadowhunters, so they're not nice. So I thought that was very good, and I'm very, very happy that Lydia was able to redeem herself, because I was hoping that they would take her in a good direction, because the villain road was a bit too obvious. Because everyone was, I think a lot of people were hoping she'd be a villain, so they'd have a reason to hate her besides her getting in the way of Malec. But I'm glad that they made her good. She's a good character, she's badass, she's smart, she's strong-willed, and she's good now, so she's good. Unless, like, in the later season they decide, let's make her bad, but that's for the future to be seen. I don't think they will. I hope that they make Alec and Lydia brotp, if I can say it properly. And let's just hope that she's not too annoyed in the next episode, if you know what I mean, if you've seen the promo, because Alec is a bit somewhere else in, let's say, during the wedding, and you get the whole Alec moment, and you can tell that something's going to go down, and I'm kind of upset because I don't want Lydia to get hurt, but then I need my Malec babies together as well, so I'm kind of conflicted on what I want to happen next week. The sibling dynamics were very good in this episode as well. Isabel and Alec weren't exactly getting along, but Alec was like, Isabel, it's like when you're fighting and with your sibling and you're trying to help them and you just want to shake them, you're like, I'm trying to help you here. So it's just like, he just had enough, said, Isabel, I'm trying to help you here, can you help me out here? We need to help each other out so I can help you help yourself get out of this mess. And I thought it was great, even though it was very serious. It was very like brother and sister like, and I like that that she finally sort of went, oh, okay, even though she was being all dramatic, like, they can strip me of my runes, I don't care. And then he was just like, yeah, but I'm not letting that happen, so can you stop saying that, because it's not going to happen under my watch. And I think Isabel finally realizes, she just goes, fine, get a representative or something. And he's just like, a representative, who do I go to? Let's go to the High Warlock of Brooklyn, because that makes sense. And I just thought that was great, and I can't wait to talk about all the Malec stuff that happened in my deeper analysis, because it's probably going to take me like 19 minutes, like my normal videos take. And I will probably enjoy every second of it, because gushing about Malec is just how I work, it's how I roll. And since I have no one else to gush about Malec to, I'll probably be rolling through that video for like 30 minutes, just talking about it, talking about what happened, talking about the promo, talking about what the promo could mean, talking about next week and how that is where I've scheduled my death. I've scheduled my death to be 29th March 2016, because my 3 years of waiting are finally up and I get to see Malec if it happens, I'll discuss the possibilities of it not happening in my next episode. And by not happening, I mean the kiss, not like, Malec bits, because obviously from the promo and that scene where talking about the heart and how your skin tingles whenever they walk into a room. Oh no. Yeah, definitely death schedule for 29th of March. Anyone can join me. We could create a Malec mass grave. It'd be very interesting. Metaphorically, of course. No one actually died on me. We got a second season still to go. So yeah, I'll discuss Lawyer being in the next episode of Fair and Unbiased. I'll also discuss Alec's decision to go to Magnus at all after their conversation. I'll discuss what I'm Alec on the brain right now. What Magnus meant when he said you, because a lot of people got confused and thought that he meant that he was asking Alec for which I don't think so. I think he was asking him for company, maybe not. But as I say, we'll talk about that in the next episode of Fair and Unbiased. So strong points of this episode were definitely the sibling scenes of Isabel and Alec, and how Alec snubbed Jace. I'll probably talk about that in Fair and Unbiased as well. The I was right moment, that was definitely important, that I knew it all along, and so did most of Tumblr, but I still knew it all along as well. That was very important as well. And then the sibling thing, I'm glad they included that. That made the episode definitely strong. And there's something I'm going to talk about in the Fair and Unbiased video that I didn't agree with, and it's something Clary says, and it was actually something Catherine McNamara mentioned in her AfterBuzz interview, I think it was, and I don't agree with it. I don't know if it was mentioned in the books, but it's something I definitely don't agree with, and I wish they had just kind of not done and just left alone. But as I say, I'll talk about that in Fair and Unbiased. As for when Fair and Unbiased will come out, I don't know yet, because I'm very busy this weekend, and I might be able to film it later today, but I don't know if I will or not. And then again, I might be able to film it tomorrow, but then I don't know if I can or not. So it's all left to be seen when it'll be up. It might end up coming up Sunday, Monday next week. But then that'll be good, because then there'll be something to watch before the Malec episode. The Malec episode that is literally titled Malec. The Malec episode literally titled Malec that's going to kill us all. Malec episode that's literally titled Malec that's going to kill us all, and probably just obliterate all our expectations, because that promo, I'm still thinking about that promo. I need to go back to Tumblr and reblog all the GIFs. Your Tumblr can't have enough Malec GIFs. If you're a Malec shipper, you know what I mean. Malec trash, just reblog it. I feel bad for my followers. I apologise. You will become Malec trash too, whether you like it or not. They'll just fill up your dashboards because of me. Yeah, that's my first thoughts on Blood Calls to Blood. And as I say, the Fair and Unbiased video will come up whenever I have time to film it and edit it and stuff. So I'll see you then, Shadowhunters and Malec shippers. Hang in there. Just hang in there. We're all in this together. Bye.
It's a nice day for a white wedding.